Let's go ahead and bring them in right now, ladies and gentlemen, from the lovely Gulf Coast of Mississippi. Here is Envision. What up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What is up?
Jeez, we going all out pro with the microphone now, are we?
Yeah. This is I have two mixers now. One for home and then one for the live show.
Killer.
Love it.
So
How
what's
we doing?
been up since the last time we talked to y'all, man? And when was the last time?
When? What? Like a year ago.
Yeah,
It was when we
while.
released Drown.
Yeah, that checks out.
So a lot. We have new faces for everyone to meet. Chase had something come up and he wasn't able to be here tonight, but he's been on the sound before and our longtime fans know him.
Let's get the all right. There you
There we
are.
go.
Go ahead and introduce everybody so everybody can see him in the big screen.
All right. Hey, I'm new here. My name is Alex. I sing with the band, and Matt James thinks I'm an asshole.
You know it, bro.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I play guitar and do the screams for the band.
What's up? I'm David. I'm the other guitarist. I'm a new face.
What's up? I'm Randy. I play the drum.
Nice. Well, I appreciate y'all having the mics too, Alex. Way to go, man. That's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure here. Being able to
Gone
hear.
up in the world a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go back to the very first time he was ever on the show. And I think you were just sitting on a couch with the laptop and whatever microphone was with the laptop.
No, the first time he was on the show, he was in studio in the old studio before.
Yeah.
Right. He was but I'm saying when in this format.
Yeah.
There was no microphone or anything like that. There was no black cloth up behind him. Not, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, next time we're gonna do a green screen and put us in outer space.
There you go.
Oh, do it. It'll match your logo.
The very first time he was ever on the show or in the studio was with Haley Green.
Yes.
And he was in a suit looking all sharp and dapper.
There we go. That's what I
There
want.
we go.
Okay.
All right, so look, let's do a deep dive, guys, into the change of faces, the new music, what's been going on since the last time we saw you. You know, you said it's been a year. That only makes me feel older, but that's what time does. So bring us up to speed, especially for people maybe that are new to you guys.
Yeah. So last time we talked, we released Drown, and we had just started nationally touring, and we continued to do that more, and then Nate and Phil ended up having to leave the band around August. And some things like kind of came up in their personal lives. And basically we ended up like a week and a half before we met our dudes in Morning in May with no drummer and no bassist. So our MacBook took over bass for that run. David here learned all of our songs in 2 days. Dustin from Awaken the Giant filled in on drums with us, and we hit the road.
Fuck him.
Wow.
Challenge accepted.
Right.
Yeah. And so like, David kind of like, we were like, dang, like this guy's killing it after 2 days. So, we asked him if he wanted to stick around for a while. And I had been talking to Chase about coming back, and we just weren't really sure where and then or when. And it kind of, when everything started falling together, I was like, man, do you want to come back on bass with us? And he was like, dude, I'd be stoked to. And then Randy actually went to middle school with me and Kevin. So, we all played in different bands over the years and played shows of each other. And now it kind of all came full circle, and we're all together in the same room together.
What's their background as far as before Envision, musically?
Who? Kevin, David, and Randy?
Yeah.
Well, before Envision years ago, I came from like, ever since I started playing music live, I was mostly like death metal and deathcore, so Envision was a bit of a change up for me, stepping up to like playing songs with actual like big rock choruses and actual singing is, I'd never really been in a band that did that. So it was a change for me, but it's been a really good change, real eye-opening experience, like where all the riffs don't have to be super crazy and technical and heavy. So
right.
It's been really a really good ride,
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Jonathan, bro, come on. Shout out Jonathan. So I'm David. I was playing in bands in Pensacola. About 2 years ago, I got word I'd be moving to Mississippi. And Nsvn, we had seen them live. We played a couple shows with them at that point. And I knew that I wanted to keep pursuing heavy music and keep doing, all of that. And my friend Alex Gibson, who's in Hop Out, shout out Hop Out. He was a mutual connect and got us in contact. And it just kind of came together. Alex and I and Kevin and the guy Nate was playing drums at that point. We all worked pretty well together. And yeah, it was pretty natural. They were like, "Hey, we're going on tour. Are you ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Saddle up. We'll figure it out on the bus." So the whole bus ride up there was me learning the songs. And yeah, it's been good fun so far.
Hell yeah.
So
And is it? Yeah, was it Randy?
Go ahead.
What about your story, man?
I've been playing in bands since I was like 16. And Pacific Skyline, Burn Down the Scenery, and Airbest for the main ones I was in. And yeah, I'm doing that, and then kind of took a break for like 2 years. Didn't do anything really. And then I seen that Nate had left the band, and I said, "Man, I need somebody to fill in." And then it just permanent thing.
Click.
But
Kelly.
yeah, and at the time, I didn't even know he was still playing. I thought he had been done. So when I got that message, I was excited. I told Alex immediately, like, "Bro, you never guess who just messaged me."
Yeah, and I think Randy's finding this out right now, but me and Kevin had actually brought up Randy's name a couple of times before he reached out to us.
Yeah,
Really?
that's true.
That's killer.
Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and David are both repping Life right now. We just played a show with them in Morning.
Yeah,
and May
I
a few
was
weeks
like,
ago.
I recognize that shirt, dude.
Yeah.
It is so
So I've got a
sick.
question about bringing new band members in, because Alex, you always know I like to ask the more difficult questions to answer. So when you bring, like, band members leave and you bring new band members in, it always changes the dynamic of the group. And like we can hear it in Black Hole, there's been a change in the sound a little bit. So how is the camaraderie within the band itself? Was it something that gelled straight away in like practice and stuff like that, or is it something that you've had to build up over time?
So I think a big thing. First off, I want to shout out Lizzie. She was over on watching you guys on Twitch. She's one of my online friends. So just want to say hey. But when you're bringing in new band members, I think like rule number one is like don't bring in assholes. That's why I'd never be in a band with Matt James.
Good word to live by.
No, but I mean, we all got along immediately, like out the gate, and then obviously as you get to know people, like it's with the biggest thing, and I've talked about this before. Like the biggest key to success in any long-term band is knowing how to have conflict resolution. Because in any relationship you're gonna have issues, but if you don't know how to talk about it, then eventually they're gonna get way too big to be able to handle. So as things come up and as we learn things about each other, we talk to each other, and it makes us stronger and grow together as a unit.
That's pretty great advice. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Matt.
I mean, that'd be my biggest advice to any bands watching. Like, I know we're not the biggest band in the world, but any band that is watching this, whether they're bigger than us or smaller than us, like if you're not talking to your band members about issues, like Kevin can tell you on the first day on tour, we would have like a little meeting every single day on our first tour to like, all right, is there any issues? Is there anything we need to talk about? Because this is the first time that we have been on the road together this long. And we would like anything that came up, the smallest little thing, we would talk about it. So it would just be done with, and that's, we just want to make sure we got ahead of that.
Yeah, you got to nip it in the bud for sure.
Yeah. And most of the time there was nothing, but at least we had the opportunity.
I know, but little things can turn into really big things quite quickly.
Right. Like Kevin keeps taking my XLR cord. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on a second now. That's never happened.
Especially if you're on the road, like you're talking about, in whatever type of conditions, be it a van, be it a massive tour bus, it's all of it small when you're, days in, right? And little shit like that, like you said, it's like, hey man, who took my coffee, or who took my XLR cord, can turn into like a big to do.
Right.
Yeah, especially because we all use XLR cords.
Oh yeah.
Or just who took the last roll of toilet paper and didn't say anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
No,
just
no.
common courtesy.
No using the bathroom on the bus, man. That's like rule number 1.
Well, okay, I suppose a bus full of dudes, yeah, no.
Right.
I was thinking for
Emergencies
like,
only.
yeah, right, exactly. Or like, who took my Cheetos? You know, like it comes down to basic stuff like that, you know, just having some respect and some boundaries for one another and living in those close quarters.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next question, Matt?
I want to ask it after we've watched the video because it's going to be a very touchy, long subject, I think.
Okay. Well, then
All
why
right.
don't we roll in? Let's do it. We've got to
Yeah,
roll
let's-
it from here.
Let's get into the song first, because the
Yeah.
song's been out for what, 2 weeks now?
About 3 weeks.
3
We
weeks?
didn't want to release the video. We set a goal that we wouldn't release the video till we hit 10,000 streams, and we did that when I was out of the country. So that was cool. And
It's always
still
nice
live.
to come back and see that, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I had internet access, so
Yeah.
I got to watch it happen. It was awesome.
Yeah. He's
So-
keeping
so-
an eye on it.
So tell us a little bit about it, because I mean, you went to San Antonio, correct, and worked with Jonathan on this.
Yep, Jonathan Norris from Kingdom Collapse.
We don't even know where he's from. We don't care. But-
Oh
No
yeah,
free
yeah.
plugs here on this show, damn it.
Oh yeah. Sorry. This dude named John. We were driving to San Antonio hoping to record because we had the time, and there was this guy just standing on the side of the road, and he looked like he might have been a musician, and we just asked him.
we'll record for food.
Yeah. It was.
Dude, I
It
want to
was,
carry. We need to make this dude named John t-shirts. This dude named John.
Hey, I do graphic design, so hit me
Yeah,
up.
that should be their next record title. Is this dude named John Kingdom Collapse?
Yeah. No, it was a good time, man. We did a lot of pre-pro. We worked all through October because the band got together. We met together as a unit for the first time in October. So October, November, December, we spent getting through the shows that we had booked. And anytime we weren't practicing for that, we were in my house or at David's house, like just grinding away, getting ready to hit the studio. And John worked with us great. And we went in there, had a great time, had some great hangs, and knocked that shit out, man. It was, yeah. There you go, David.
Yeah, I just want to add while we were there, his mom was the best cook that we have ever experienced in any sort of like musical venture. So that was really great. Shout out to John's mom. We just needed to throw that out there.
The unsung heroes.
There you go.
There it is. All right, so Jared, you want to ask your question here?
Yeah, I do, but I'll ask the yeah. We'll start there. So, like, tell us everything or tell us nothing about the video and/or the song, the meaning behind the song.
Okay, well, you know that I talk about mental health a lot. That's no surprise to anybody that knows Nsvn. Like pretty much all of our songs are about some type of topic. So when we were like writing the lyrics out and kind of fleshing out ideas, I really I wanted to hone in, and where we kind of came up with like the black hole line. When that line hit, I was like, man, that was it. That was the hook, the ringer, and as I started writing the rest of the song out, it was really about, when you get anxious or depressed or all those kind of things, and that you should reach out for help, and you should talk to your spouse or your best buddy or whatever you need to do. But so often as humans, we tend to just push everyone away and kind of just fall into ourselves, as in we're being sucked into our depression and our anxiety, into this emptiness, kind of like a black hole. And that's kind of where the song is at, and dealing with that, and dealing with that aloneness that you caused. So, yeah,
Love it.
We love releasing stuff in Mental Health Awareness Month.
All right, well, here it is. It is the premiere of Black Hole from Nsvn. Check it out. You're watching it here first on the sound. Sorry, I had to unmute everybody. I was so wrapped up in the song, I wasn't paying attention to when the ending was going. I was like, shit.
He was too busy. I love it.
Great job,
Fire,
guys.
Boys. Absolute fire.
Yeah, great job.
Was
So,
heavy as fuck.
Yes. So fill us in. Who did that video for you?
Nick Miller, he's done all of our videos. So, and has gotten better with every single one. You know, if you go back and watch She Said, like in my backyard where people were making fun of my grass that I grew out for the video.
I love it. Yeah, Nick's a good dude, man. He's done some killer videos for you boys.
Yeah. I love working with him, man. And Nick and I were in a band together in high school. So, you know, it's just it's cool. It's cool, man. I get to do a lot of stuff with a lot of my friends that I've known for a long time.
Awesome.
Nice. I like it.
That's the best part I
So-
think, of being a part of this community, is that it's actually, people think it's like a really big community, but it's really not. It's actually quite small.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is that you get to bring your friends along and you all get to grow together.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you know like three
definitely.
bands, you know like every band in the industry. I mean, it's just
Yeah, it's crazy. And you make some great friends along the way, and I'm going to use you as a prime example, Alex. Like, I met you through the sound because I found your music through the sound, and you know, I started following you and sharing and helping out and stuff with streaming and that. And then we became really good friends, man. And we talk almost every other day, or if not, you know, we speak at least 2-3 times a week.
oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And you make really great friends in this industry. It's fucking crazy.
I need some more Matt time in my life, man. But so
Yeah,
does
man,
Matt.
definitely.
So
What
Everyone
let's
needs
talk-
some Matt time in their life. It's the
Let's-
accent, I think.
oh yeah, I
it's-
love it. Drives me crazy.
It's like butter. So what
So-
about the low end in this song, gentlemen? What's that's it sounds a little lower, heavier than what I was expecting or what I think I've heard before. Is that intentional?
I'm gonna let my guitarist take this away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that the way the writing of this song started is actually a chorus that I had co-written with another friend of ours that I'd kind of forgotten about, and we
Mhm.
brought this up when we were in the studio, and then when not in the studio, when we were here writing, and then me and David got a hold of it, and we just started throwing a little heavier sound on it, and like I think my favorite part of the song is like the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
We'll go when it the big down, down, and that was all David. That riff is really sick, but
It is.
I'll let him take the mic from here.
Yeah, I mean, it was an intentional effort. We always want to keep Alex's vocals at the highlight of what we're doing. We left some space in the orchestration for him to do some rapping and, you know, kind of bring that side of Nsvn back. And then just like the things that we were kind of listening to at the time, like some Devil Wears Prada. There's definitely some Sleep Token influence in there with those heavier, thawlier riffs and more open space in the guitar writing. Yeah, it definitely shows up, but that's kind of what we were listening to and really into when we were writing it. And Silent Planet, yeah, we really like Silent Planet. Sleep Token. Let's see. Devil Wears Prada was another one. Bad Omens a little bit, yeah. So that should kind of give you kind of the world, and then putting it together with Jonathan, that all came together really easy. The spaces where we kind of left a little more tacit, he was able to get in there and just do his thing and work his magic. All of the, you know, some people have said it's like a little bit Linkin Parky and like the hip hop stuff, and that's all him, all of the production. So, you know, we got to throw some flowers at him for that.
I was digging the contrast between the vocals there from the, you know, what we normally hear in Nsvn, but then the heavier growly stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I hadn't even thought about this for the podcast, but like we all know Jonathan, right? We love Jonathan here at the Sound.
Speak for yourself.
What was it like working with him? Was he like very strict in the process? Was he like, did he give you like free range, or did he take some of it over? Like what? How did that process work with him?
He was super. Can you hear me? Is this?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. It was very collaborative. It was very much like a handshake. There were some parts where we left, you know, open, like, hey, we need some production work on this. What do you have? And you know, that it was easy. I guess that's about it was, you know, we were walking into the place of business and getting it done, and it really didn't take long to put it all together. Very easygoing, very positive experience for us. We're looking forward to doing it again for sure.
Are y'all?
It was
No, go
just It was really just felt like just going and hanging out with an old friend almost. The whole studio experience with him, it was relaxed. It was great. Everything just kind of almost fell into place because we came there with the songs, we fleshed them out, and it was an awesome experience. Can hang out with him and just work with him.
Yeah. Are you guys heavy on the pre-production side of things, like showing up with mainly done songs, or do you like? Because we've talked to some people on here before that kind of go up there with maybe an idea or two, and then end up flushing shit out in the studio that they didn't even have when they showed up. You know what? How do y'all approach that?
Yeah, it's a new process for us, and we're getting more into pre-production. We feel like it's helpful to be more prepared. Like the more, I guess, gas in the tank you have, the further you can get with that. You know what I mean? So we try to get a clear vision of what we want the songs to be. And as we continue to write, that's going to be something we do even more of. But yeah, I mean, for this one, we probably had 60 to 70% of the song ready to go. And then the rest was collaborative.
Killer.
I like
Killer.
Right. Has anyone got any questions before I
want to clear something up real quick. I do not hate Jonathan, by the way. I want to get that out there.
I had no idea. This whole time I
don't hate the fucking asshole. So
well, you're about the only one on this podcast that doesn't.
I will say this, Jared.
I love you, Jonathan. I love you, Jonathan.
Everybody loves Jonathan, even Jonathan.
Dude. He's a dude. Right. Has anyone got any questions before I turn Alex's business brain on?
I will say real quick to Jared. So he was saying that this is like heavier than he's used to. So this is kind of the music that I've been wanting to write. But as most of you guys know, I came from being like a almost 21 Pilots style artist, to where we're at now. And I didn't want to go straight from that to this. It had to be like a transition that made sense. But also what a lot of people don't know is that in 2020, I couldn't actually scream. I had to learn how to do it properly and not blow up my vocal cords and all that. And so I've been screaming for 4 years now, and I'm really glad I took the time to learn how to do it correctly. In fact, Fake Friends was the first song that had my screams on it, front and center. And we've just kind of been playing with it more and more since then.
Mm-hmm. Killer.
Yeah, I'd heard somebody say they like the lower growly stuff on the new song. So this is my first time having my vocals actually on a track. So that was me in the back doing the lower stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what I was referring to, and it was even killer how your boy got you in the video. Right?
Yeah.
The camera cuts right to you, and I mean it tied it all together. It was killer.
And we did the trade-off where he's doing the low, lose control, and then I'm doing the high, the trauma, all that jazz,
Yeah, that was what I was referring to. I mean, that kind of A to B, like clean, dirty feel. It's killer.
That was a mid for him, dude. This dude is.
That's not even the low. It's not even the low.
Do I have to do it?
Do it.
Yeah,
so like, it's like, okay, so it's like.
Give me some of that.
It's like Oscar.
You were saved, Alex. I couldn't find the video from the summer fair.
Thank God. Oh, on YouTube, I made that shit private so fast. I made that private when we changed the name.
I got you. Okay.
Wow, I love it.
Well, we probably need to start moving along, huh, Kevin? We got some people.
Well, I was just going to ask him what any upcoming shows or anything planned going forward from this point.
Yeah. So I think tomorrow we're gonna announce. So we already announced that we're playing with Kingdom Collapse June 14th in San Antonio at the Blue Bonnet Palace. So we're also doing a show on the way there in Lafayette, and on the way back Houston on the 15th. Thank you, sir. We have also the Goat in New Orleans. We'll be there with a rock band called the Mystical Hot Chocolate Endeavors, which that's cool. And our boys in Nsvn. And we have a couple more things that are not announced yet, but I'll be able to talk about those. If you watch our page, you can see on the stream NVSN, because we don't use vowels because we're from Mississippi. And our handle,
really like license plates.
What's up?
I said I thought y'all just really like license plates.
Yeah. Dude, we have a fan from New Orleans that got a custom license plate made with NVSN on it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like how you would put it on a license plate.
Yeah. And I like it
Wow.
too because it's old fans call us Envision and the
crazy.
new fans call us NVSN. So it's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely calling you Envision. NVSN, that's too much.
Definitely.
Yeah,
work.
no, it's Envision for me.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
for me.
before we get rid of the boys, I have a very. It's. I think we need to talk about it. It's very important for people to hear. So, Alex, you had a little bit of trouble with the release of Black Hole, and it was all because of distribution. Now, you changed your distributor to TuneCore, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
so,
was. Carry on.
Oh, I was saying we were with 1 RPM. And I know there's a lot of bands in the comments that use 1 RPM. So I don't want to like whatever people decide to use, they decide to use, and if it works well for them, it works well for them. This is like the 4th distributor we've used. Originally I was with DistroKid. I worked with Warner Brothers for a little bit, and that was awful. And we worked with 1 RPM, and I thought it was a great solution until I realized that we want our music in as many places as possible. But one thing that a lot of bands don't know, because I know 1 RPM is marketed to independent bands because they don't charge up front. They only take a percentage off the top. So it's no out-of-pocket fees. If you're low on funds, it's a great option for you, except for the fact that they don't tell you that they tell you everything they distribute to. But if you're an independent band not connected with a label or a manager, or you don't have enough streams for their taste, they take you out of certain stores, and they don't tell you that unless you like really dig in. So that was really frustrating to find out. And so we had to move away from 1 RPM, and most of our discography is still with them contractually, and then we'll be moving over to we're with DistroKid now. We tried out TuneCore because I know a couple of my friends that use them and had great experiences. And our song goes live on Friday, and it's live everywhere except for Spotify in the United States, which is the biggest music platform. And you're right, exactly. Yeah. So
major problem.
It's partially communication on their part and partially user error. You know, like playlisting is a huge thing for any band, you know, and one of the biggest rock playlists out there right now is workout metal, that kind of stuff like that. And so when I was going through the genres, and TuneCore does not have, you know, metalcore and all those kind of subgenres are not in any distributor. They don't exist. You know, it's like rock and metal. That's it.
Yep.
So I put workout and fitness to like pitch. I thought it was like talking about playlisting thing, but it considered that like a talking track, like spoken word. And TuneCore is the only distributor who does not distribute spoken word tracks to Spotify. But there was no warning or anything on the process at all that said that. And that wasn't necessarily the issue. The issue was like they take almost 2 days to respond to an email. And then if you have a follow-up to that email, they'll take another 2 days to get to it. And if you're on release weekend, that's insane.
Unacceptable. Yeah, it's unacceptable.
Yeah. So I hit up some more of my friends that are in our area and talk to them, and they've been great with DistroKid, and DistroKid had our song up on Monday.
That was Monday.
Yeah, Monday, you know. So that was incredible. I want to give props to them, but I also want to say, like, there isn't really a database that tells you what is good for what level of music when you're talking about distributors, and no one really has a right answer. So any bands out there that are watching this, or you're thinking about starting a band, you don't know who to use, like, feel free to talk to me. A lot of the bands in these comments would also be willing to help you out. But just keep in mind, too, that when you're trying to discover who you need to use to put your stuff out there, you need to keep in mind for the fine details as well, because there is a difference between a band that's signed and an unsigned band. And this industry does not like unsigned bands. And they try everything they can to hold them back. They don't like bands like Kingdom Collapse that are on top of the charts.
Yeah.
It comes down to that dreaded word we all hate, gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's you know, that's essentially what 1 RPM are doing. If you're not, you know, have those connections or with a label or a highly established manager, like they're not going to push you to the likes of like Pandora, for instance.
Yeah, and that weekend, me and Matt were going back and forth. He was like, "Hey, is this band on Pandora? Is this band on Pandora?" And we were discovering that
It was like
some of
3
those
days we were going back and
I know
forth
for a
constantly
fact
for
one
3 days.
RPM doesn't distribute to Pandora.
they do if you have a
They
label.
do.
Yeah. Cold Words is on Pandora, and they distribute through 1RPM.
Yes.
Gotcha. It's not an open. It's not an open option though.
Yeah. No. Yeah, they decide whether or not you're
Right.
good enough for it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and this is what we're talking about. It's these
Not a-
even the distributors are gatekeeping where your music can be heard.
And I'm going to
And it ain't good
toot
enough.
our horn a little bit. If you go back, I believe to either the November or December issue of the Sound 228 magazine, there's a nice article about how to pick a good proper distributor
Yeah.
Yeah.
in there.
The Sound the Sound magazine is an incredible resource too. Pepper Gomez, I see a lot of her articles in there, and she talks a lot about Industry Insider.
Yep.
So for up and coming bands too, the Sound is just an incredible resource. Period. They'll help you get your music heard. I'd say a good, like, when we released The End, which I made a joke about earlier, it really started skyrocketing our listeners and our fan base, and a large portion of those fans at the time were people who discovered us on the Sound, which is why I will always have great love for you guys. Y'all we're in the hometown, but you don't just support here. Y'all support local
Right.
bands everywhere.
And I'll say it right now. There's talks going on behind the scenes for us to just keep fucking growing.
I like how you said that. There's talks. There's talks.
There is.
Keep fucking going. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
We let this guy on the show.
Yeah, right. Gentlemen, look, we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for letting us play the song and the video tonight, and for stopping in here. Keep doing great things. We're fans, obviously, or we wouldn't have you here. We love what you're doing. Congrats on the new members, and tell everybody again what you got coming up in the near future and where they can find you.
Yeah, NVSN band everywhere. If you type in NVSN on Google, we're in the first 5 results. You can find us on Spotify, NVSN. And the biggest thing we have coming up is hanging out with our boys in Kingdom Collapse in San Antonio. So I believe that one is on our Spotify. If not, it will be soon. Please follow us. Please come out to us. I saw someone earlier saying, "Where can I find you guys and see y'all live?" Like, get to know us. We're a personable band. Like, we have Broken Hearts Club where we interact with everybody almost daily. So, come join the family.
Love
I'll
it.
put the link for the Facebook fan page in the comments.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes, Broken Hearts Club, and they're all engaging. They all talk to you. They, like I said, me and Alex talk at least 2 or 3 times a week. Just chatting the shit.
And we met in Broken Hearts Club.